Good afternoon and welcome to Sydney Parade for this Division 1 clash between Pembroke and Phoenix. Phoenix have won the toss and have inserted Pembroke, and it's Shillington and Forbes who will open the batting for Pembroke. Sarah Forbes facing and Claire Shillington at the non-striker's end. Alice Tector opening the bowling. She's become the opening bowler in the Super Series for her side, the Scorchers, and she's now opening the bowling as well for Phoenix. Phoenix side not at full strength today. Gabby Lewis, certainly a notable absentee, and she will be greatly missed. But a fine opportunity here for Alice Tector to take on fellow Super Series player Forbes. This one goes down the leg side, it beats everybody, it's going to run away to the boundary, and Pembroke are off the mark with 5 wides. Sound of a low-flying aircraft around. Saw in the test match earlier, the West Indies, well, they're about just under 200 runs behind England with only 6 wickets left in their second innings. So I'm sure some people will be watching that and then changing to this as time goes on. This one goes wide again, it reaches the boundary again. This time it's signalled as byes. Pembroke move on to 9, and only 2 deliveries have been bowled. I feel that the fielders at third and at fine leg, well, they'd almost be better off with one very, very fine, one maybe a bit wider. Fielder down here at fine third. There's a good sort of 8-10 feet in from the rope. Another one missed. This time the keeper gets to it. There's another wide. Tector struggling in this first over. 10 on the board now. And it's Tector who made the move to Phoenix with Gabby Lewis, with the demise of YMCA. Mind you, I'm old enough to remember when it was Claremont Ladies, because the YMCA didn't want a women's team. Well, it turned out they didn't want any team. So no runs off the bat so far. Extras racing away. This is a much better ball from Tector. That's just played out on the leg side defensively. And with 10 already having come off the first 4 balls. Absolutely no rush for the Pembroke players to take on the bowling. Nice sort of split sky at the moment. We have blue sky off to the north, and out in the west, well, overcast. Well, another bye. And that is the end of the first over, and Pembroke have moved on to 11, and neither bat has scored a run. Very good evening to the 5 of you who have tuned in now. There is the Pembroke side for today. Forbes, Kavanagh, the Super Series players amongst those. And then, of course, you have the experienced players too. Alice Tector, Zara Craig. And they're the Super Series players for Phoenix. But the loss of Gabby Lewis, well, it's a big loss. The Premier League at the moment has a most unusual look to it. As the first runs come off the bat, that's running down towards the clubhouse. It's stopped just inside the rope through teamwork.
That would explain why you both didn't get blasted.
Yeah, I'm wide awake now.
That was for me on Monday when I had an empty ground and silence.
Yes.
Figure out what was going on.
Well, it's Black who's bowling the second over. One run coming off the first ball. This one wide down the offside. Oh yes, the first midweek game of cricket we've had since Monday. Monday the development, or the sevenths in open competition, Division 21. They played a nice game against Phoenix as well. This one cut away, gets past the fielder, half stopped. She gets that hand she got to it was enough to prevent it running away to the boundary. Another single onto the board. The scoreboard on your screen at the moment, not quite reflecting the live position, but we'll give, there it is now. And that's a beautiful shot through the offside. There are three fielders chasing after it. One of them will get to it before the rope and pull it up. But a super shot to start. Well, two more onto the score. Sarah Forbes moves on to 3. Claire Shillington has 1, and the score is 16. Played away on the offside this time, beats the fielder at point. There is a boundary rider out there. She'll pick that up. Two balls remaining in the over. It's actually Zara Craig opening the bowling for Phoenix from the St John's end. That's why the live scoring went backwards to change the bowler's name. Well wide, beats the keeper. No single taken on this occasion. Sarah Forbes it is wearing the blue helmet, and Claire Shillington wearing the black Pembroke helmet. Cracking shot through the offside. Nothing's going to stop that now, apart from one of the first team who are training over in that corner. Reaches the boundary. 4 more runs. Shillington moves on to 5. The score moves on to 23. And we have a bit of a sea breeze today, which hopefully will keep the heavier clouds away and allow the sunlight to burst through onto the turf here at Sydney Parade. A few spectators have made their way down. I suppose they've been starved to cricket this week. Great to see a side out again. This time, just cut away to short third, take the single. It's a very unusual situation here today with... Sorry, if you're going to have a conversation, would you like to go and have it somewhere else? There you go. So after 2 overs, 23 without loss. Super Series last Sunday was a bit of a washout. 2 games were scheduled for the Scorchers, one against the Typhoons, which was abandoned. The second side, bar side, batting second, didn't get out. And then in the second game, well, the Dragons were up against the Scorchers, and that result went to DL. Well, this is an inside edge, squirts away. The fielder from square leg will pick it up and keep it to a single. Fortunate run. That's the best ball in this inning so far for Phoenix. lovely shot. Way straight to the boundary, behind square. Oh, just about square the wicket, actually. The gaps in the fence on that side, marking where the stumps are. So that one just a little bit in front of square, in fact. 4 more runs. Same shot, same result. Another beautiful shot, another 4 runs, and Forbes goes to over a runner ball, and the score has moved on to 32. Still 3 balls remaining in this over, and Tector already having gone for 9 in this, 6 in her first. That's an excellent comeback. All Forbes could do was keep that one out. Yeah, Pembroke going along quite nicely. This is the 3rd over, the score up to 32. It's one of the key battles today, Tector and Forbes. Forbes have been in such fine form with the bat. Tector bowling so well in the Super Series. Now opening the bowling for the Scorchers. This one outside off. Forbes showing the bat to the ball, but they don't meet. Hey, Josh. How are you, mate? Huh? Huh? How are you? I think you're due a haircut, Josh. Josh Garth. Played out on the offside. Boundary rider will get it. Now, if anybody's going to know about those microphones, it has to be you two at this stage. Well, there is that shot. It brought 4 runs. Beautifully played. And then next ball, same shot, same result. So after 3 overs, Pembroke have moved on to 34. Now, cricket being the game that it is, often a side will get off to a flyer of a start. In fact, it happened to Pembroke last time out at home against the Hills. But all it takes is a wicket, and then somebody comes out and thinks, we have to score at 11 and over. Instead of getting themselves in, building an innings, they try and maintain a scoring rate, and wickets fall quickly. And then you end up struggling your way to 120. And that's the sort of thing that happened to Pembroke last time out. Now, if it hadn't been for an absolutely fabulous over from Kimberly McDonald, Pembroke would have fallen in that game. As it is, they sit on top of the league. 6 out of 6, or 5 out of 5, is it? 1, 2, 8. 6 out of 6. This match will mark the halfway stage. And while Pembroke have 6 wins, nobody else has more than 3. So one thing we can say for certain is that Pembroke will be top of the league after tonight's round of games. The women had a week off last week. And in fact, it's not long, but about 5 weeks away, that we'll see the Irish women taking Sri Lanka on at this ground. They're here and instalment. As the umpire signals another wide. It's actually turning into a lovely evening. I will have to go and get a baseball cap. Keep the sun out of the eyes. Wasn't expecting that at all. Shillington just plays one round the corner. Jogs down the other end. Well, Phoenix feeling that the best way to win this game is to limit Pembroke up front. At the moment, their choice to field first not really paying off. Umpire's going to signal this one wide as well. And he does. Plus, they ran one as well. Another 2 to the score. Graham Mooney is doing the scoring tonight, our live scoring. Thanks very much, Graham. Give us a wave. Well, she's launched that beautifully straight down the ground. 3 bounces see it cross the rope. And Forbes moves on to 18 very quickly. It's only taking her 18 deliveries. Pembroke are looking at a big score here. Phoenix, as I say, not at full strength this evening. If you do get the opportunity on the Thursday to read the preview of the round of matches that Cricket Leinster produce, it can be found on cricketleinster.ie, or pulls that one round to the leg side, and this time takes 1 less bounce, 2 bounces for a 4, crashing into a Cricket Leinster sign as we talk about the Cricket Leinster website. But yes, there's an article put up in the afternoon before these round of games. Always worth a little look, see who's doing what, and see how Cricket Leinster see the games going. They had down Alice Tector and Sarah Forbes as key battle. This one, well, it gets through the bat, but also gets through the keeper. But some nice tidying up behind, prevents any more runs. Well, that's 4 overs gone, 42 on the board. Another good over for Pembroke. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8 runs coming from that one. You put on a replay, but it's actually just frozen. There we go. And there's the shot down the ground. It was in the slot. My goodness, how many of us would watch a shot like that and hope that the weekend involves a delivery that you can put away that cleanly, or indeed that cleanly. Slapped away, square on the leg side. Those are all for you, by the way. We've decided dark chocolate ginger isn't a good combination in our house.
Excellent combination. I know Amanda doesn't like them, so...
Well, Amanda tried one, and do you know what she did? She dipped it in a tea and then said, "Don't like it." It was at that stage that she then asked, what's in these? Change of bowling now. Signalled as a no ball. They take a bye as well. Sorry, what happened there?
Well, I'll tell you now.
Is that run out off a no ball?
No.
Off a free hit?
I thought it was a free hit, it wasn't.
Didn't they call no ball? Anyway, the outcome is that a wicket has fallen.
Oh, it is. Oh, my. Okay.
Okay, Nell's now going to explain what exactly happened there, or are you going to show it?
I'm going to show you.
Okay, show me first.
Right.
Well, the score on 47. big hit, and then
Oh, jeez.
run out. Oh, that.
Oh, dear.
So it's a big hit out to the deep. She was caught at mid-wicket and then run out. Well, that's careless.
Caught off a no ball.
Caught off a free hit. No, caught off a free hit,
But run out.
but then run out.
Rookie mistake.
Well, that's unusual. Well, they're obviously still trying to work out what it is in the scorer's tent.
Yeah, I thought it was caught, but I had in my head it was a no ball, and then she was going off, and I was going,
I was too busy trying to find out who the umpires are. Played away on the offside. Is that Shauna, Dale? Dale? Is that Shauna gone in? Shauna Kavanagh takes a single, gets down the other end. We'll wait for live scoring to catch up to us. Forsell going quite well in her over with her leg spin. This one a bit full, pulled away on the leg side, but there is a fielder down there. They just take the one, and you get the feeling we might see a sweep or two from Kavanagh here. Kieran Casserly and Gurav Potha Pal Aliyam Natayajan are our umpires. There are. Great to see Anna Beale back in the Pembroke lineup, back in the country, back in the side. A strong Pembroke side today. They run through on another wide. And you can still see the live scoring still having great difficulty figuring out how to score that one. They've got the no ball. Now it should be wicket. This one fielded in the ring by the very fielder who caught the ball that Claire Shillington hit. This one, Hoyt from outside off. Mid-on ends up fielding it. Forbes showing real keenness to get after the bowling. .50 is up for Pembroke now. Despite what you see on the board behind us. Well, that is what I see on the board behind us. Despite what you see on your screen. First team squad, they've had their little warm-up. They're going to do some batting and bowling now. Well, no doubt we'll get to hear the wonderful thud of the ball onto the wood at the back of the nets. Never fails to scare the absolute bejesus out of me. Kavanagh and Forbes ready for a new over. Forbes it will be facing. I can tell you that what is on your screen at the moment, Claire Shillington isn't in at the moment. She's been and gone, run out on a free hit.
Got that far.
Slowly but surely, live scoring returning to closer to live. I'm afraid I just can't give you the bowler's name at the moment. I can tell you she's induced a high shot straight down the ground that goes for 4, but was in the air an awful long time. Forbes has moved on to 40 now, at least. This one also induces the high shot. It bounces just in front of short third. They just take a single. Forbes can count herself maybe a little fortunate there. And at the end of this over, I'm definitely going to go. And get a baseball cap. Kavanagh with the first sweep. Round towards square leg. They just take the single. And the way Forbes is playing, that may be a wise decision by Kavanagh. I can assure you, though, I'm not sure who the bowler is. It's not 4L. Sell. Remember to turn down the volume on your phone, he says to himself. There we go. I'm going to have to stop looking at my phone because each time I do, a Pembroke wicket falls. This time it's Sarah Forbes. And it's time for me to go and get a baseball cap. And do you know what? I'm actually quite warm tonight. Well, that one coming nicely back into Forbes. Taking middle. Swiping across the line has its own cost. Suddenly realised why I couldn't use a wide-brimmed hat. Laurie Bell it is come out to the middle now. 2 wickets down, coming in at number 4. Mother is around the ground somewhere. You just can't beat live coverage. So Pembroke, 61 runs to the good, having had that magnificent start. Leg spinner for Sal continues. Arisha for Sal. This one a bit short, Kavanagh onto it quickly, but can only play it inside the ring. It's just a dot ball. Kavanagh bringing that one round to the leg side. Bell willing to take the single, does so. As we said earlier, despite the great start Pembroke got off to, and the rate is still high, wickets will slow it down, and these two will just want to take their 1s and 2s. On this occasion, just their 1. 63 for 2. In the 7th over now. Played nicely away on the offside. Cover boundary fielder. Make sure it's just a single. So often that boundary on Cyril's way, it is either a single or a 4. Very unusual to see 2s there. As you can hear with the wind noise across the Dougals and across my own mic, it is a bit of a breeze, but that breeze at the moment is keeping the sky blue, and that's a trade-off I'm, for one, am willing to accept. Evening, Jack. And he's given up. Third wicket falls with the score on 66, and Kavanagh it is who departs. Well, that looked fairly straight, fairly adjacent. That's what the umpire thought. Certainly wasn't done on height anyway. Pretty much the middle of the front pad. And that's the end of Kavanagh. And Foysal picks up her first wicket at the end of her second over. 66 for 3 now. And Robin Lewis has come to the middle. Well, a bit of hesitation there between the two in the middle. Has to be louder calling than that, and less negotiation, more definite calls. It was back to the bad old days of, do you want to? I don't know. How do you feel about it? And by the time the negotiations are finished, the fielder has the ball back in the bowler's hand. Good ball. He's getting that little bit of movement into the right-hander. Nice day for sitting along the wall and catching a few rays. There is the Pembroke bench, some of them availing of a bit of food. Great to see Annabelle back, as I said. Nicely stroked into the offside. They get one. Just take the ones, brings the score to 68. Signal to wide. Lewis calls through. They take the extra. And that takes the score somewhat annoyingly onto 70. Good evening, James.
Yeah, he was on saying hello earlier.
He was indeed.
He was here earlier.
Was he here?
Yeah.
Ah, shame. Shame he didn't stick around.
He'd like to.
I'm sure he would. He's a man who loves his cricket, that's for sure. This time, Robin Lewis plays it away through the gully region, jogs through for 2. Evening. 72 for 3 now. In the 8th over. Well, that's a super shot. out to the boundary, take the single.
See the fielder there? I thought it was gone.
I thought it was gone too. This one, the Cricket Leinster First Division Premier League. So far this season it's gone tremendously well for Pembroke. This is only the second game in which they've batted first. The last one, well, it very nearly tripped up their season. They won by 2 runs against the Hills, thanks at the finish to Kim Lee McDonald getting them over the line, bowling a wicket maiden. Only 2 leg byes were taken in that last over when 4 were required. That left Pembroke 6 from 6. And after tonight, we'll be at the halfway stage from the season. At the moment, Pembroke, well, 3 wins ahead of anybody else. Clontarf in second, I think. Goes down to sweep, that does Bell. A little close to the body for that shot. And instead, we'll see it again as it was signalled a wide. Nice length. It's good bowling.
Can you see that enough to be able to do things, or does it actually bore your way?
Nah, leave it your way.
Well,
Played away. Nice shot from Bell. Finds the fielder on this occasion.
I still have to walk around here to be able to see anything, so
Well, turn it back to yourself, because there's nothing on it I'm really looking at.
look at the mouse over there.
Oh, I have the mouse, do I? Well, in that case, I need to see some of it. Well, that one getting through the defences, and, well, so often you see that from a bat. They play a shot at the actual delivery, and then within seconds they're playing the correct shot. Robin Lewis just coming down the track, having a quick word. This time, Bell pulls it out on the leg side in front of square. 2 fielders get there. Won't stop them taking 2. But a very good over by Forsell. A time when Pembroke going along at 9s, 10s and over. She gets out of an over, having conceded just 4 runs. Super over that. She now has 1 for 17. There are 8 overs gone, and the score, well, you can see it on your screen. It's 77 for 3. Zoe Bell with 5, and Robin Lewis also with 5. My seat today seems to be at first slip in the net. JJ Garth not giving me any chances here so far. Well, that one's a bit high. And it's put away very nicely. Dipping enough not to be called a no ball. But Lewis onto that one very quickly. Nice scoring, not moving with its usual rapid pace today. Lewis looking to take this bowler on, pulls that one out on the leg side, and it beats the despairing dive in front of the Sherwin O'Riordan signs. Another 4. And Lewis now targeting there, one feels. This time just played away on the offside, and that's very sensible. If it's a good ball, keep it out. Wait for the one that you want. Patience, thy name is not Craig. Oh, a beautiful pull into the leg side. This time, though, however, it bounces into the fielder's hands. Nice bit of fielding. Saves 3 runs. Rhea Nair, bowling from the St John's end. In a 3rd over now. Concedes another wide.
But you decided you weren't allowed to look at your phone.
Yeah. Bell again looking to sweep these. They're a bit close to her for that shot. My fear would be you're going to get a delivery here that will be on leg stump. Yeah. This time she does connect. Field is set for that precise shot. Keeps it to a single. Lovely evening here in Sydney Parade. I'd say we've got 68% blue sky, 22% fluffy white clouds, and 10% there. This one just played into the leg side, very smart. The fielder back on the ring, take the single. And that is the halfway mark now. 10 overs gone, 90 on the board, 3 wickets down. That was the one that was just beautifully put away. Kept her eye on it, not over-hitting it, and it flew away to the boundary. Evening. You'll have to look inside for the plug.
Sure. No, here.
Plug it in inside. Oh, sure, look at it.
Voice out. 4th over now. Just chipped into the leg side. The batsman cross. Reach home safely. Jeez.
One of those peripheral.
Yeah.
Beautifully pulled out. Oh, and the fielder's missed it, and it reaches the rope. Oh, she's going to be disappointed with that, and so will the bowler be. The only person who won't be disappointed will be Zoe Bell. She reaches double figures now. Yeah, I happened to be watching when JJ edged one, and it was going straight for my face.
Yeah.
And I don't care how strong the net is, you flinch. Hey, Josh. Hello, mate. How's you? Hey. Oh. Like that one, don't you? Oh, yeah. Well, half-hearted appeal. I think there may have been an inside edge on that. But again, this is a good over for Phoenix, courtesy of Fursal. 4th over now. She's bowled 22 deliveries. She's conceded 22 runs. These days of high scoring, that's not a bad total at all. This one's slipping down the leg side. At the end of the over, we'll show the 11 of you out there. The worm. We can see how this Pembroke innings is progressing. Wrong length, but also wrong line. Wrong length to be sweeping, wrong line to be bowling. Two balls remaining in the over. Fielder does well. That ball took an awkward hop off the artificial wicket. The edge of that, well, Dale well aware, taking remedial action. This one more in Bell's sphere of influence. She pushes it out on the leg side, gets through for another one that will take her to 11 and the score to 98. And that is the end of the 11th over. Have you... There's the one she did get hold of. And there's the mistake. Oh, sorry. Now, just while new bowler starts marking a run-up, you can see Pembroke off to an absolute flyer. Going along as at 10s and over. And then it sort of changed with the loss of those 3 wickets in 3 overs. But now these two, they've established themselves and they're now starting to push on. And with 9 overs to go, Pembroke have to be thinking 200. I'd be thinking 180. And that will certainly help Phoenix's cause. Bell going for a big shot on the leg side. Could only find the fielder. And Black takes a wicket with her first delivery. And 98 for 4. And suddenly that ends score. Well, what do you think it should be? Where do you think Pembroke will get to? Live chat is open on YouTube. Good evening to Miriam and Cora. So I'm assuming Cora's there as well. You can see the shot was there, but a bit aerial, and that was all it required. Bell only making it 3/4 of the way down the pitch before this ball nestling in the fielder's hands. Beautifully caught off to the side of the body. 98 for 4. That'll be a big help for Phoenix as they try and restrict Pembroke from here on in. This one also played in the same area, but this time doesn't pick out a fielder, runs away, and Eamon Mullen is off the mark with 4 to Kale Corner. 100 up for Pembroke now in the 12th over. And could Eamon Mullen be the extra bit of ethanol in the petrol to really kick things on? Second shot, pulled round on the leg side. There's a fielder there. It will just be a single. Excellent. Played away on the offside. Nicely fielded. Firm throw back, but they're safely through. Umpire signals to umpire. 2 to go. I presume the bar is open in Dublin 5. Certainly the evening for it here. And it'll bit of breeze that you wouldn't feel if you're at the wall. Oh, swinging round on that. Eva Mullin didn't make any contact. That brought forth an appeal. And the umpire very quickly shaking his head and denying down the chance. $104 for 4. Eva Mullin on strike. And strike she does through the ring on the offside. The boundary rider will keep it to a single. It's the sort of shot that if this was the last over, you'd expect them to drive for 2. And that is the end of the 12th over. Score now 105 for 4. Pembroke still going along at a very good rate. And these two, well, they're just helping things along. Miriam and Cora have been on. And the bar's open. So Ravan Aranjaran comes on at the nursery end. Navidha is her first name. I think I might stick with that. This one goes a little bit outside the off stump. And the umpire, Kieran Castley, he signals wide. Much better delivery. Catching Lewis low on the front foot. She tried to whip it away through the leg side. The league table as it stands at the moment, Pembroke 6 from 6, Clontarf 3 from 6, Merion 3 from 6. As Lewis plays another one just gently into the offside, but it's the placement that gets her the single. Phoenix 2 from 6, The Hills 2 from 6, Balbriggan 2 from 6, Malahide 2 from 6, and Leinster 2 from 6. What on earth is going on in this league?
Well, everybody's 2 from 6, isn't it? When was it last updated?
7 of the teams.
Oh, we're 6 from 6, are we?
Yes. Oh, great attempt in the ring to take the catch with the left hand outstretched, but wasn't taken. Pembroke 6 from 6, Clontarf 3 from 6, Merion 3 from 6, and then Phoenix, The Hills, Balbriggan, Malahide, and Leinster all 2 from 6.
Is ours done on percentages? Just go across. It is, yeah.
Well, last time we saw a no ball.
Let's hope this one goes better.
What happened?
Okay, no ball was given,
Yeah.
so you have a free hit.
Yeah.
So Claire smacks one out to the leg side, and the girl at mid-wicket takes the catch.
Yeah.
So they go to take the single. She She throws it in and she's run out.
Oh dear.
It was the most unusual, and I didn't even see it.
It looked like she sort of stopped at the far end.
Yeah.
Sort of watching. Waiting
She was
for
watching to
something.
see whether the girl was going to catch it or not. That's what it appeared to me.
That is weird.
It was a weird one. It's not a dismissal I've seen before. It's one I suspect we might see again. So 6 off that over. Pembroke move on to 1-1-1 for 4. As Niall shows you a replay. Swept around to the leg side. The first fielder misses it. The second fielder misses it. It crosses the rope and heads into a bush. 4 runs for Pembroke. And Black can feel aggrieved at that. 2 fielders had a very good chance of stopping it. Neither one could. 4 runs go against the bowler. There should be fielding figures. How many runs you've saved or how many runs you've cost.
Johan, give me a lift.
Did you go and ask for one?
No, he was passing the door.
All right. Nice shot out to the leg side. Again, it splits the 2 fielders this time perfectly. Black may feel unfortunate there as well. If it had gone a yard or 2 one way or the other, one of them could have got to it. But instead, it's another boundary, and suddenly there's 9 off this over and only 3 balls. Robin Lewis moves on to 27. It's only taken 18 balls.
Oh, Robin, okay. Gabby's not playing.
That is a big shot out towards Cow, and it 2 bounces into another Sherwin O'Riordan sign. Down in Cow corner. I would go a cup of tea if there was a cup of tea going. Well, had to go a long way outside off to get to that, did Robin. But it gets it out to the boundary, and they'll take another 2. And this partnership really starting to flourish now. Dug out, dug down the ground. They take the first one and turn the second one down. The one bit of news I have now is I now have an Australian daughter.
I'll say congratulations, as I presume that's in order.
Well, it's kind of a double-edged sword, really, isn't it? I'm delighted for her and the opportunities it brings her, and it's more likely that they're going to stay in Australia now.
There we go.
That's a nice shot.
Some terrible camera work.
Oh. Yes, as of yesterday, my eldest daughter became an Australian citizen, swore her oath of allegiance. At least it's somewhere to stay during the Lions tour next year.
Not the Ashes then, no?
No, not the Ashes. Oh, that's going to be a wide down the offside. They're going to come through and run at least 1, if not 2. And in fact, no. Oh! Oh, that was awful.
She is all right.
Tripping over the rope.
She is all right.
She is perfectly all right. Leaps straight back to her feet, but it just looked awkward. Foot trapped in the rope, trying to scoop the ball back, and she couldn't, and it went away for 4. Naveed, well, first over only went for 6, and already 5 wides off the first ball. Still 6 overs to go. This one a bit high. It's going to be signalled no ball. It's going to be a free hit. wasn't it? I thought he was going to signal it. I thought square leg was telling him it was.
Oh, well.
This one pushed away through the ring on the offside. And this time they can only take the single. That takes the score on to 1-3-2 for 4. Late swing of the bat from Mullin on this occasion. Played nicely away between two fielders through the gully region. Teamwork ensures that the ball is stopped. And they settle for 2. Eamon Mullin makes double figures. It's been a good performance this from the Pembroke bats. Claire Shillington perhaps can count herself, well, either unfortunate or extremely disappointed. Most unusual dismissal we've seen in a while here on Pembroke Cricket Live. Davida coming in still from the nursery end. Played away on the offside. Another single. And Lewis moves on to 38. And Pembroke move on to 138. Another over slips by. 5 to go now. You got the picture of the coach last week. Oh, this is that piece of fielding that, oh, so fortunate there wasn't a gear bag or something there, really.
Out. Straight up.
Well,
Otherwise you wouldn't have been seeing it again.
yep, no harm done on this occasion, but as I say, there could have been a kit bag there or something. This one played down to long on. There's a fielder here. Mullin ensures they get back for the second safely. And Lewis on to 40.
Sorry, I forgot what you were saying.
Singles just being taken at will now. Nicely cut away through the point area. We turn down a second. And that probably works out best for Pembroke. Robin Lewis, 41 from just 26 deliveries. Rionair coming to the end of her allocated 4 overs. Well, she wants to make it last just that little bit longer. So yes, the warm coat got an airing last weekend.
Of the robe changing, I heard.
Oh, yes.
I saw Amanda. You were in out there.
Well, that quite simply is shot of the day. There will be a replay of that, I can be absolutely certain. And if you use the camera angle that we have on at the moment, alone, it's a super, super shot. She needs to hit it a bit further next time, is it? 2 to go. Inside edge, runs away on the leg side.
I thought my warm clothes were going to get outing tonight.
It's actually turned out to be a lovely evening. Mullin it is this time, flicking it away, and that's what it was. Little overhand flick. Flew away. Square of the wicket. 4 runs for Pembroke, 4 runs for Mullin. That's the end of the over. And now we'll get to see a few replays. There we go. Just cracked away. Lovely shot. Just, well, Niall did well to catch up with that. And then Mullin's beautiful little flick around the corner. 4 runs. And that has brought up 150 for Pembroke. And there are 4 overs remaining. Alice Tector now returns from the nursery end. Fielder out on the cover boundary. Fielder down at 3rd. One at fine leg. And it's the one at fine leg who's called into action and does very well indeed. And square leg. Those are the fielders outside the ring. And the rest are sort of spread out in a bunch. 3 on the offside. 2 on the leg side. And an umpire. Shadows starting to lengthen on the pitch now. Well, there's no shot played there. The umpire should send them back. And he does indeed send them back. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
Because it definitely was a base of action. Oh yeah, no. Oh,
Was always going to do that. Mullin plays Tector very well out onto the offside. Swaps ends with Lewis. Alice Tector, of course, extremely useful with the bat as well. She'll be featuring high in the Phoenix innings, I'm sure. This one thuds into the keeper and just slips away. They'll take a bye. Another one that gets past the keeper. She gets enough on it that she fetches it herself. It's another bye. Well, it would take some spectacular hitting from here on in for Pembroke to reach that 200, but it will be interesting to see how high they do get. Nobody entering a guess today. As long as Lewis is at the crease, and in fact Mullin too, scoring it better than a runner ball.
Sorry, I didn't mean to actually.
Oh.
Just going to consider it, actually pay attention to how straight it was. That's really straight.
And this time pushed into the leg side for a single. They're taking on fielders in their arms now. 47 for Lewis. and providing her with great support. These two have put on 59 now for the 5th wicket. Shillington and Forbes, well, they put on 49. And then Forbes fell with the score on 61 and Kavanagh with the score on 66. Zoe Bell, they put on 32 together, Bell and Lewis, and now Lewis and Mullin, they've passed the 50 partnership. 59. And Pembroke will be hoping that they can keep it going for another 3 overs. Zara Craig back into the attack. 25 came off her first 2 overs. Wasn't helped by the extras column, that's for sure. But Lewis, she's on 47. One step closer. Mullin back on strike. Pembroke already is a very good score. Phoenix is going to have to score in excess of 8 and over. It'll be interesting to see how many more. Well, that's 2 more onto the score. That brings up the 160. Still 16 balls to go. Good ball from Craig.
Yeah, that's fine. It's the private shots you just walk straight at them. And we don't care, but you might.
Let's play back down the pitch. Good over this for Phoenix. Just 3 coming from the first 4 balls. Lewis doing well to keep that one out. Big smile on Lewis's face. She knows how close she is to the scoreboard. Well, she can read it from where they're. Gazebo in the way for many people. And another dot ball. And that's a fine over from Zara Craig. The first 2 overs cost 25 runs and a third cost just the 3. 160 for 4. 2 overs remaining. Still none of our viewers had us hazarding a guess. The 2 overs to go. 10 and over gets you up to 180. 2 maidens. You just don't know. Alice Tector then starts with a dot ball. There's still a lot, big range of scores there. I mean, from here,
60 to
from
226
from
before
2
you get it to snookers.
to. Well, it's certainly not one where you'd say, oh, whoever's closest. I mean, from 2 overs out, you have to be exactly right. And now from 10 balls out. 172. There, I've said it. I've said it. I've gone for the boring runner ball. Well, Mullin has cut it fine on the offside, and that is a beautiful shot. It brings her 4 runs. And Pembroke, well, they'd be delighted with that. 4 off 3 deliveries in this over then. James Cresswell's come in with 179. Dublin 5 remarkably quiet on the subject. Oh, a good delivery from Tector, and all Mullen can do is keep it out. Lewis backing up a long way. Might not want to back up quite as far now. There's only 2 deliveries remaining in this over. And they call no run there either. Well, I suspect the last delivery as well is going to be an odd number, an even number of some description. Alice Tector. Such a lovely repeatable action, lovely delivery. That's a good result for Tector. Just those 4 runs coming from the penultimate over. 164 for 8, for 4. Just suddenly lost another 4 wickets. I don't know where to. And Alice Tector, well, she finishes up with 0 for 25 from her 4 overs. Which, considering the score, 164, is not a bad performance at all. Last over then. Robin Lewis finds herself facing. She's on 48, and Zara Craig to bowl the final over. Lewis pulls it into the leg side. Takes just the single, moves on to 49. Robin Lewis is on 49. Emma Mullen scoring at a runner ball. Has played some lovely shots in her innings. On this occasion, she gets nothing on that one. And now is...
When does Robin take the suicide?
This is the last over.
Oh no, she's stranded on 49.
Miriam Greeley going for 172. That was my guess. And there it is. Takes the single. Lewis will have 3 balls in which to reach her half century. I think we've all been optimistic on the live chat tonight. 172 and 179 I don't think are going to be reached, but the question is, will Robin Lewis reach her half century? Well deserved. And she calls for the single. The fielder, Vida, not quite taking it cleanly. And that's a fine half century. Thank you. Robin Lewis, one of those who hasn't learnt to raise her back to the camera yet. This is a good over from Zara Craig. Just 4 from it with 1 ball remaining. Well, that's a big shot. It's going to reach the turf safely. The fielder's going to come in. Oh, it goes past the fielder. And they decide against the second, and perhaps wisely so. 169 for 4. And the innings is over. Well, no. Whoa. Before you go, replays of everything.
Oh, no, it's not everything.
Okay.
It's just that shot and the most exuberant 50 celebration you're ever going to see.
Did she even realise it?
Oh, yeah. What? Oh, yeah. Thanks very much. Gonna have to control the emotions there. Well, the teams go off for their 10-minute break. we'll take you through the story of the first 20 overs. Sarah Forbes and Claire Shillington opened the batting for Pembroke, and that was until Claire Shillington, with what has to be the most unusual dismissal I've seen in a while, was run out off a free hit where she'd been caught. Anyway, they put on 49 for an opening partnership in double quick time. And then after Claire Shillington departed, well, Robin Lewis proved to be the backbone of the side, ably supported by Emma Mullin. They got the score up to 169 for 4, and there were 41 extras included in the bowling tonight. Well, 6 bowlers used. You can see that nobody had a particularly great day, although Craig and Tector did have good final overs to, in fact, restrict Pembroke. But that partnership of 71 between Lewis and Mullin made a big difference, as does that total of 41 extras. So Phoenix are going to need to score 170 in 20 overs, and we'll be back. We'll be back after you've seen some replays.
Oh, no, he's too slow.
I don't know where it is.
Top scoreboard. There we go.
Just for our Dublin 5 viewers, I can inform you that Gabby Lewis is away on holiday, and Robin Lewis it is who plays for Pembroke, Gabby having joined Phoenix. Well, there's one lonely umpire out in the middle there now. The other one's heading off to square leg. Umpires making assumptions about which end they're opening from. As Pembroke take to the field. And we also have two bats heading to the middle as well. They've come from a different route. Pembroke have come from the what is now rapidly becoming the obligatory huddle. Well, slowly but surely, live scoring, bringing us the information we need. Navida and Alice Tector will open the batting for Phoenix as they go in pursuit of this rather large total that they need of 170 at 8.5 and over. We'll keep an eye on that run rate. You know how much I love the maths. Many thanks to the 7 of you who have stuck with us in this Division 1 Cricket Leinster Sprint Coatings League fixture. 7th round of games of the season tonight. How's my volume as far as you're concerned? You're going to have to listen to me first, I suppose. Pulled around on the leg side. Tector takes one. Zoe Bell it is who, well, certainly gives Shauna Kavanagh a wake-up call as the whistle goes somewhere. Tag rugby, of course, taking place on the junior pitch behind us. And in fact, behind Sarah Forbes. Well, you were saying that you guessed how straight you were with the stumps. I've just watched the umpire give guard, and you were absolutely spot on. Good ball, well driven down the ground, and well fielded in the ring. Well, beautiful shot, 4 runs, gets past the diving bowler. Phoenix, well, they need to come out of the traps quickly, that's for sure. Alice Tector doing exactly that. Bit of length from Forbes this time. Isabel Jennings does the fielding. Again, I'll put in my almost daily prayer to whatever deity there is that Pembroke start putting numbers on shirts. It's played out in the offside. Claire Shillington fields. Takes the ball down the other end because that's the end of the first over. 6 runs coming from it. And that, oh, just getting past the bowler's outstretched left hand, and the fielder could only escort it to the boundary.
You never noticed.
You got a haircut.
Replays wrong. Sting.
I've noticed you've had more than one replay, so I know you're not doing the 10-second rule.
No. You'll see if you notice next one.
Okay. Well, it took her a while to get a guard at the other end. This end, she takes that leg side guard. And then slides down the leg side. I think it took enough of the batsman. Remind me when we go home that I need to look up walls for gazebo. Window wall. I keep meaning to do it and I keep forgetting. It's on my list of things to do. This one is signalled wide. Kimberly McDonald, well, last time she bowled that game against the Hills, she managed to pluck victory from the jaws of defeat, which many of my fifth colleagues would know. We usually did it the other way round. That's a better ball from Kimberly, taken on the full, driven down the ground. Super shot from Navida. She'll pick up 4 for that as well. It's a good round of applause. Good crowd down here for a Thursday night. A few people come down, support the women's firsts. Undefeated side in the league. Evening, Paul. This one chips and gets over the fielder in the ring. And a Beal it is who's in pursuit of it. And they pick it up. And it comes back. Well chased down by the Pembroke girls. Just chipped up on the leg side, but once you clear the ring, it's safe territory over there. Just making sure you do clear the ring is the difficulty. Field changing a little bit. Much better delivery from McDonald on this occasion, right up in the block hole. Alice Tector delighted just to keep that one out. Neither side at full strength. The Irish internationals not playing in this round of the competition. Pembroke missing, of course, Lou Little and Orla Prendergast. And for Phoenix, Gabby Lewis, who's away at the moment. I presume that's what she's away at. I presume it's an Irish thing. And Georgia Dempsey.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That makes a big difference to both teams. Phoenix, one of the teams who've won 2 of their 6. Well called through by Tector. Nice bit of fielding. It is, yes. There was a wide. But it's still the over. Score now 15 off 2. Variable speed.
Nope. You didn't even notice. There you go.
Graphic. Same shot, different angles. No, what is it then? Tell us.
Cricket lens.
All right. No, when he does a replay, it sweeps across.
Oh, I see.
But it's very quick.
It is very quick.
Nice bit of fielding in the ring.
Like half a second.
You
You don't want to waste your seconds. The replays too long.
Well, that's pulled away to the leg side, and nobody's going to stop that. Crashing into a Sherwin O'Riordan sign behind square on the leg side. Alice Tector wasn't going to miss out on that. Well, it's been a while since we've seen Anna Beal. Very distinctive bowling action that she has. Very side on. Gets a lot of swing in a similar fashion to Ben Stokes, who I was watching earlier. This one played away on the offside. Nice bit of fielding though. Keeps it to a dot ball. This time just tucked away on the leg side. Fielder's hesitating. I don't believe that.
Look at that.
Now,
Sunshine.
okay, you say sunshine.
Oh, what do you say?
I would say, watch Kathy Murphy
Where is she?
here.
Oh, right. Blinding.
But now she's put a cap on the right way.
Oh, right.
That last delivery, she had a cap on backwards and then had her hand up to shield the sun. She's realised the error of her ways. And that's a big appeal, and she's gone. Navida tickles one down the leg side. Super catch behind the sticks by Shauna Kavanagh. And Annabelle seals her return with a wicket. 21 for 1 in the third over. Well, let's see what that difference makes to the worm. Oh, I have a feeling we're going to see a replay first. And the way Niall sort of, what?
Oh, yes.
What? Cracking four that was. But this is the one. Just tickled into the gloves. Super take from Kavanagh. And she's on her way. Even better take from there. Lovely, lovely catch. For Sal was the leg spinner we saw in the first innings. She's out here to bat. She's trying to latch onto that first one down the leg side. Umpire gives it as the wide. Bill yet to find correct line and length. She may have picked up that wicket with the catch down the leg side. That's much better. That's more like the Annabelle. Captain the seconds for the last couple of years. And has played many, many games on the first team.
Slack there. That's better, actually.
That helped, did it?
That helps a lot.
I do have a floppy wide brim.
To start to drop the front again. Duck to the time.
I'm just looking at that big grey cloud over there.
Oh, I think that's going to slip down the valley. I think we'll be okay tonight. Either way, I have a feeling that DL is going to not come into effect. Although, let's ask if he can go onto the scoreboard.
Come on, Craig.
Are you doing it?
Who's doing the book?
Graham.
Do you know how bad our scoreboard is for doing that with?
Oh, yeah, actually, let's leave it alone. Played away. Kathy Murphy onto it. Oh, her misfield doesn't cost anything on this occasion. Top ball for Kimberly McDonald, just the start she would have wanted to a second over.
Batting well.
Finds herself the strike bowler of the Pembroke first 11 tonight.
Seems to go and do that.
Nice bit of fielding, square of the wicket on the offside by Zoe Bell. And good to see the assistance offered to her by the fielders either side. from the nursery end. Shauna Kavanagh standing up to her. End of the over, 22 for 1, 4 gone. Pembroke feeling perhaps that they're on top at the moment. Captain Claire Shillington, a few things on her mind, how to move the bowling around. Sticking with Anna Beale for a second. I believe Anna was in Copenhagen.
I think it's been everywhere. I'm not entirely sure where. Definitely Copenhagen.
A run up not entirely correct on that occasion, but the ball getting through to Kavanagh. Foysal bowled very well. Certainly as she got further and further into her allocation of 4 overs, looked better and better. It's a very distinctive bowling action. 2 dot balls to start this second over for Beale. Signal to wide off Kavanagh's shoulder. There's another one, 2 onto the total. Many thanks to our LCU SNA umpires this evening. Mind you, what else would you be doing on a Thursday evening? That one just getting past the edge of the bat. Tector caught on the crease a little there, just spearing at that one. This one a bit too much on the leg side. Kathy Murphy.
She has a hat on backwards, so she's holding her hand to block the sun.
Well, 3 more onto the total. And a bill really costing extras. Gets past the diving Murphy. Picked up by the upright Mullen. Yes, that one in fact went for 5 wides. 10 off the over so far. When she gets it right, it's very right. And that concludes the over. 5 gone, 15 to go. 9.23. 140 required. It's a big ask for Phoenix. But as long as Tector's in the middle, one feels there is a chance. Well, Pembroke have done this all season. Turn to the spin of Zoe Bell in the middle overs. thing in Phoenix's favour at the moment is they're only 1 wicket down. Small adjustments to the field. Shukla, it is down on the railway line boundary. Good start from Bell. Still learning her craft. Prone to drop one in short occasionally. On this occasion, a good length. Asking questions of the bat. The other thing that Bella's found is in trying to give it air and get it up to the batsman. Sometimes they've come down the track and turned those into full tosses. Still persevering. There it is, nice length. Just needed to be 3 or 4 inches short of that one. Good start to the over though for Bell. And as I say that, Arisha Foysal cracks on through the covers and picks up 4 runs. Very welcome by Phoenix at this stage. One to come. Bell gets that one to go through, and it's taken the edge of the bat, and Kavanagh picks up another catch, and Bell picks up a wicket. 1 for 5 in her first over, and Phoenix now find themselves 35 for 2. Alice Tector will have another partner to join her in just a moment. That was the 4. Beautifully played out through the covers. That brought some joy to the sidelines. Bell gets her revenge with one that comes back, takes the edge. And Kavanagh making sure that she had it before she asked the question. And once she did, Castley agreed. Zara Craig it is now in the middle. Has joined Alice Tector, and the 2 Super Series players, well, they're going to have to work well together. It's Phoenix now 14 overs to get 135. And here's a comparison of the 2 innings today. You can see Phoenix have got a lot of work to do over the next 14 overs if they're to catch that blue Pembroke line. Cracked away through the offside. Fielder on the boundary. Yeah. Fanshika. Captain of the seconds this year. Hangs this on up outside off. Inside the blue line though. No wide signalled. Dot ball. Played away on the leg side. Pembroke won't mind a single. Just a single. And a bill with the backing up. I don't know that she got a hand on it.
Don't think she'd be feeling like that if she didn't.
Well, Zara Craig would have been very disappointed to get out that way. Well, super bit of fielding there from Kathy Murphy. Throwing herself down. Big smile on her face. Another one. Oh, that's umpire's call. Nice shot. We'll just pick up a single. Tector moves on to 16. That is the end of the 7th over.
There you go.
No, don't think she got any.
She hadn't got anything on that, otherwise it was out. And there's Murphy's fielding. I think you could slow that cricket Leinster thing down a little bit.
Oh yeah, it's all there actually on that.
Comes down the track to Bell, plays her out through the covers, and will pick up 4 runs for what was a lovely shot. Alice Tector moves on to 20. Phoenix move on to 43. Tempting her down the track again. There is the 4. Used her feet so well on that occasion. This time, just through for the single. It was a little bit aerial. Played out the leg side. It's good bowling from Zoe Bell. Certainly somebody who'll be looking for inclusion in that Super Series come season 25. Really is turning into a very useful all-rounder for Pembroke. Pushes that one down a bit, and as a result it goes down the leg side. He signalled as a wide. It'll bring Alice Tector back on strike for what will be, once again, the final ball of the over. This time, Tector pulls it out on the leg side. And it runs away to the boundary. And that's a very welcome 4. And that brings the 50 up for Phoenix at the end of the 8th over. Going along at 6 1/4. However, they now require 10 and over. And it's that sort of power hitting. I think Phoenix might find themselves falling a little short this evening. Thanks to you that have tuned in this evening. And Shika Shula continues from the St. John's end. Played away a little aerially on the offside, just a single. Going a little quiet in the field now. Sunshine for the day almost gone. More down to the clouds than anything else. 2 balls to go in the over. We are in the stages now whereby if the weather or the light was to deteriorate, you may find the umpires will invoke DL, DLS. Nice bit of fielding by Isabel Jennings. Not very easy, that one, running across the artificial.
We're a long way from DL.
You are, but I'm just saying, they might, for light more than anything else I'm talking about now. Well, that may have been a bit wide. Anna Beale with the superb pick-up turn throw. Poetry in motion. The poetry of John Cooper Clarke, maybe. Or Joe Wilkinson, indeed. Another over slips by. 11 to go now. Still 116 required, and that is a fair amount to have to get in 11 overs. As we watch again, the poetic ballerina, Anna Beale. Well, Sarah Forbes, her first over. She opened the innings, remember. Her first over went for 6. She's now coming back on from the nursery end. 54 for 2. Played away on the offside. The diving fielder, Kimberly McDonald, doing a great job. Deserves good applause for that. Sarah Forbes deciding to ask the question of the umpire. There's the bit of fielding by Kim Lee. Great stuff. Outstretched left hand doing the work. May have just felt that in her arm. Forbes outside off, and this time an edge takes it past Kavanagh. It's going to run down to the boundary. They are going to pick up 4 runs for that, despite the best efforts. Oh, I lied. Isabel Jennings makes a liar of me by pulling it up in front of the rope and saving a couple of runs. Well, I doubt even if there had been a slip in place they'd have taken that catch. It was very high. It came over Kavanagh's shoulder. But Forbes is causing difficulties, that's for sure. Changing the field, extra cover, back onto the fence. And the full toss is bowled, and it's hit out towards Cow. But fielder on patrol. Make sure it's only a single. Claire Shillington it is. Sweeping across the savannah that is the Willfield Road end. Get this one in the air on the offside, but through the gap. Emma Mullin brings it back, another single. Pembroke won't mind that. 7 off the over. And there's the edge that flew past the edge of Kavanagh. And here's Isabel Jennings with some super work. Anna Bill now to bowl again from the St John's end. Thursday night cricket in the Sydney Parade. Next game will be on Saturday. Pembroke Fifths are playing at home. Shillington in the ring. Well, as the sun disappears behind the clouds, any sort of heat also disappears. As this one's played out in the offside, scatters 2 seagulls, and on this occasion, well, Sarah Forbes has missed it. It's gone to the boundary, and Alice Tector moves on to 34. 34 out of total 65. We're into the last quarter of this game now, the last 10 overs. Collective gasp from the Pembroke players. This one comes off the thick outside edge, running away down towards Collins Nook. And Sheikha Shulk will do the fielding. She won't prevent them taking, I think, 3 there. Well, they need every run now. And there it is, just off the edge of the bat, but taking enough of the bat to take it out of the gloves. Changing the field, Sarah Forbes coming into the ring as well, on the offside. Nobody out on the boundary there now. Emma Mullin and Zoe Bell patrolling Cyril's way. Zoe at the Michael Sharp corner. And Emma right at mid-wicket. You couldn't get much more mid-wicket about it. That's why the leg side is so strong for Anna Bill's bowling. That natural angle that she has. Bringing it back in. 8 off the over. Well, when the required rate is over 11, 8 off the over, I suppose, is a win for Pembroke. It does keep Phoenix thinking that they can get closer and closer. The longer, the deeper they can take this game, the better. Evening, James. Still over 100 runs required. Just the 9 overs to go. Well, that makes it 100 runs from 9 overs. Oh. Another edge of the bat from Bell. Another one running away to the boundary. And this time, Isabel Jennings picks it up and saves a run. I certainly wasn't going to be premature twice. Another good delivery, and she's out. She's got her stumped. Alice Tector dragged forward by the bowling of Zoe Bell. Goes through to Kavanagh, and she adds to her 2 catches with a stumping. Nice wicket, 73 for 3. And Pembroke now, well, they must be feeling like they're in the box seat. They're in the driving seat. They're wearing the favourites tag well. What else can I say? How many other cliches are there? I'm sure I can think of some.
There you go.
Dragged her down. Kavanagh had the easiest of chances. And Tector knew it. Lost her balance, still going forward. All the momentum was carrying her away from safety. Kavanagh, well, she executed the coup de grace. Your coat is in the car.
Well, the coat in your car, hello?
It's in the boot. Zoe Bell picks up her 2nd wicket in her 3rd over. Alison Blackett is coming to the middle with a side, well, in a little bit of trouble. She needs to score runs, she needs to score a lot of them, and she needs to do it quite quickly. David Attenborough's at it again. Good over this for Zoe Bell. She's got to be happy with that. 8 overs to go. 73 for 3.
Did you get my coat?
Yeah.
Please. that's better. Yeah.
I was thinking that I was going to be fouled. I thought I was going to get this shit fucking out.
Nice bit of movement there, but unfortunately it took it down the leg side for the wide. 95 now required. To a ball. Field right in close now on the offside, trying to prevent any singles. Good attacking move this from Pembroke, making the Phoenix bats look to go aerial on the offside.
Remember the mics? No, they won't remember the mics.
It's all right, it's all right, it's all right, it's all right. Oh, done her on length. Runs away to short third. Gonna get through for a single. That's not a bad result. Yep.
No.
You might be in luck. The farm might be in the way.
Evening, Rafe. Well, on this occasion it pays off. The shot down the ground was a bit aerial, but this one gets for 4 despite the best efforts of Isabel Jennings. Well, I don't think Pembroke will mind too much that 4. It was in the air. Just didn't go to a fielder on this occasion. Hudson Black getting off the mark the right way. Well, fielding off her own bowling ends the over. That's what I mean about it in the air. On this occasion it went away for 4. Well, 7 overs to get 86 runs. It's a tall order. And they're certainly going to want to get after Zoe Bell in this over. They need 12s in excess of that. So they'll be hoping to get 15 or 18 from this over. They'll really have a go at her if she lets them. Dot ball to start. Well, this is such a good test for Zoe Bell in her education. This evening, she seems to be passing it with flying colours. Into her fourth over now. Oh, a bit of a misfield allows that one to run away. Oh, that's a shame. Four more for Zara Craig. She's now moved on to 19. Zoe Bell has two more deliveries. Well, you think that Isabel Jennings fielded that one. She's also the person who's been tidying up in front of the nets here. Down at fine leg. So you get some idea of the distances she's having to run to fetch those. Another one to fool the batsman to finish her spell, and Zoe Bell ends with 2 for 25 from her 4 overs. And as we enter the last 6 overs, Phoenix 89 for 3. They've just passed the halfway mark in the chase, and they're nowhere near the halfway mark in overs. Still 7 wickets in hand. And that's the unfortunate misfield that ran away for the 4. Well, it did make her change her economy rate by 1 whole run. Kim Lee McDonald now to come on at the St John's end. As I said earlier, in the absence of Orla Prendergast, Kim Lee McDonald now the strike bowler for Pembroke. This one a full toss. She's still getting a bit of movement through the air. Just needs to get it down onto the deck as well. Still just a single. That will only help Pembroke. We've now reached the stage of the innings really where that run rate required, that figure down at the bottom middle of your screen, 13.71, is going to change dramatically, even with a single. That was a dot ball. What difference does that make? Well, it appears quite a big one. Good shot down the ground. They pick up 4 for that, and that should make a big difference as well, but in the other direction. That one just in the slot for Black. She slapped it back down the ground. Beautiful shot, 4 runs. It's made a change in the field. Robin Lewis now has gone on to long off. This one pulled away to the leg side. Zoe Bell does some neat fielding, and Kathy Murphy does some neat backing up. This one turned into a full toss. It's fielded in the ring. It'll be a dot ball. Dot ball here would add 0.48 to the required run rate. There is the dot ball. That is the end of the over. There are 5 to go. The score 95 for 3. Lovely shot down the ground. Black will be, or Craig will be pleased with that. Well, the sun has very definitely slid away now behind the cloud cover. Still illuminating a few wispy clouds near the ground. But by and large, it's big banks of cloud now we're seeing. Well, you missed one delivery, but it was just a dot ball. Sarah Forbes now into her third over as Pembroke persist with off spin from the nursery end. And this one picks up a wicket. Black trying to pull that one round to the leg side. She missed it. It careered into the stumps. And that's the fourth wicket down. And things starting to look a bit better from a Pembroke point of view. Since the first over of this game, Pembroke have looked to be on top. Well, they're all looking at the sights at the scoreboard. I understand that 6 more wickets are required. I understand that the danger, well, it was just a bottom inside edge, dragged it back onto the stumps. Disappointing for Black. Elizabeth Walsh comes to the middle now. Four wickets down. And Sarah Forbes has picked up her first. Walsh getting off the mark, first ball, squeezing it out on the leg side, and then running straight down the middle of the track. I don't think she's going to do a lot of damage to it. This one just dropped down to third. That's very clever play from Zara Craig. She's coming back for 2, and she'll get there. That's well run as well. Well, it looks like Pembroke are going to remain top of the league. We knew that anyway. But they are unbeaten at the halfway stage. It will take some collapse now for anybody to catch them. We'll just take a quick look around the grounds. My goodness, what a game in Clontarf.
Good, isn't it?
4 overs remaining here. Phoenix 99 for 4. In Clontarf, Malahide got 98 for 6 in their 20 overs. And Clontarf are 39 for 8 in reply. Marion got 186 for 2. Who got runs there? Leopold 98 not out. And Balbriggan a 27 for 5 in reply. Well, Van Schieker has thrown that one a long way down. Perhaps somebody told her we were playing on the mat. And in Leinster, the Hills put up 136 for 6. And now Leinster find themselves 86 for 5. Eva Canning scoring runs for Leinster. I'll tell you, Hill's doing very well out there. $100 up for Phoenix. They're pleased with that. A bit of applause on the sideline. Well, bit of a mix-up, and another wicket falls 5 down. Zara Craig keen to get on strike, but the throw from Isabel Jennings was to the right end, and that resulted in Craig being short of her ground. She goes for 25, 101 for 5, and just to see the dominance of Pembroke at this stage. Oh, before Niall shows a replay, there are the two lines. They're just getting further and further apart.
You ready for me?
I am now. Hit back past the bowler, and you see the hesitation, and then you see the Victorian run. Isabel Jennings, very smart here, goes to the far end. Emma Mullin absolutely convinced from mid-wicket that it was out, and the umpire agreed, and that's great work from Jennings. Good work from Kavanagh. Deepa Jaldaid has come to the middle. She's facing Ben Shukla. Single taken. This one dragged from what would have been a wide. There's going to be another run out. She goes there. Sent back. Well, probably made the decision herself that her partner was not leaving. So no point in setting off on an unnecessary journey. Last ball for Shukla will be the next one. Kimberly McDonald covering a lot of ground, but it won't prevent 3 more going onto the total. Well, the birds having a right old argument in front of us here. 2 black hooded, there they are. Back to the action. Much better delivery. They think about a run and don't get one. Seems to be some late season mating calls going on there, I think. Synchronized shrieking from the gulls. There they go again. They're taking no notice of Niall. I think they're gulls. They're black hooded gulls. I'm sure somebody out there actually knows the answer and will let us know. Sarah Forbes then to bowl her final over, and this one is hit up in the air. It lands on the turf, but results in a run out, and Walsh finds herself on the way back to the pavilion. Well, another wicket falls. 6 down now.
Yeah, this camera might be interesting.
Walsh makes her way off. The umpire's checking the time.
Oh no, it's one.
Walsh, I think, with a couple more years' experience, would have just turned around to her partner and said, no. Just because you're going to get caught doesn't mean we have to run. You see, Walsh is quite set in her, but then she sees how far her partner has come, and then she sees the ball hit the ground and think, oh my goodness, I'd better go. She's the one who loses her wicket. It's unfortunate. Pembroke pick up another wicket. Nicely dropped down to third. That is a super shot. Kimberly MacDonald, it is fielding. And she'll try and keep it just to 2, and she does that very well indeed. Go again. It is who's come in to bat. Tries to play that one in a similar fashion. Juliet Gargan. As the goals, well, they continue their mating. Sounds like stuff you'd hear down Leeson Street back in the day. I mean, really, these two just should go and get a room. Every time she turns, he's straight back after her again, mimicking. Sarah Forbes, on the other hand, trying to take the wicket. Oh, he nearly lost her then. That was the equivalent of her nearly getting into a taxi. Oh, he thinks it's time. She doesn't. 2 overs to go, 63 required. Well, I don't think the result is much in doubt now. It's just the margin of victory. Anna Beale. Sarah Forbes has finished with 1 for 19 from her 4 overs, and now Anna Beale will bowl her 4th over. I can still hear them. Well, they've only just got together, so. Evening. Anna Beale inducing a big pull to the leg side. This one went through to the keeper. Del Tade. Well, she's hit it. She's called. Oh, and this time Isabel Jennings, it gets past her. It's going to run down to us here. 4 more runs for the total. Right at Niall's feet.
Oh, sorry.
That's the first error Isabel Jennings has made in the field. If you're going to make an error, it's when the opposition needs 63 off 11 deliveries. Here come the Lovebirds back again towards the... I think it's the mic. I think they're actually long distance calling some turns in Greenland or somewhere where we're watched. Well, Anna Beale continues. 1-1-1 for 6 now. And make that 1-1-1 for 7 as Gel Day There's a big hoik at one that was on the stumps. Because she didn't make contact, she makes her way back to the pavilion. Nice touch, though. The two bats came together for a moment. There's just 9 deliveries remaining in this half of the Division 1 season for both of these teams. There's the one, Isabel, not quite timing her hands down, and the long barrier wasn't really in the right place. And that's the one. And Bill picking up another wicket. 2 for 27 now. Not a bad return when it's your first game back. Bowling from memory, one suspects.
Oh, she's been to a few nets.
Juliana, especially?
Oh, yeah.
That one just going past the edge of Nair's bat. Nair, one of the 6 bowlers used by Phoenix earlier on today. Going down the leg side, the umpire decides. I, for one, am not going to disagree with him. 1 over to go then, 59 required. As we're up to say in our cliched world, snookers are required. Well, it pitched in line is the only thing I can say about that. But it hit her outside the line and it was going further outside the line, so...
No.
Absolutely not. 1 over to go. And then I shall be running to the clubhouse.
7 or 8 we can give away to have full bonus points.
Well,
Somewhere around win by 50.
Kimberly McDonald then. And there keeps that one out. Dot ball. Well, Kimberly McDonald certainly has this last over bowling down to a tee. Fourth dot ball. The asking rate now, 354 runs per over.
They won't be running replays because they're going from...
What a useless statistic that is. This one's going to slip away for leg byes. 2 more onto the score. 1-1-3 for 7 is where Phoenix finish. Pembroke win by 55 runs. And that's the end of tonight's game. Ordinarily, I'd hang around and tell you what the cards were and who had partnerships and who did what. But you know what? My bladder is bursting. Thank you very much for tuning in. I will hopefully see you on Saturday when our 5th 11 will be playing.